So hello and welcome back to the new video of the Postman tutorial series. So today in this video we'll be seeing how we can create our very first API request in Postman. Okay, so since this is a beginner friendly course and this is our third video, I don't want to create any complex API request. So in this video we'll be just seeing how we can get started using the Postman and how we can create and manage our API request that we are going to send or we are going to send to the server, and server in response will give a response to us, okay, through Postman. Okay, so let's go and let me just open my Postman. Okay, okay, it's opening. Fine. So I am assuming that you have seen our previous videos and you have installed your uh, own version of your Postman in your PC, whether it should be Windows or Linux or Mac. The UI will be same. Okay, fine. So let me just start with the clean slate. I don't want to. Okay, so this is our workspace. Now once you come here, you want to send or create your very first API request. Okay, so before that you have to understand the UI and how you can use oh, this UI that is being provided by the Postman. Okay, so you come inside your collections are nothing but is a way to organize your request or the similar kind of request in a particular folder. Okay, so you create a folder which is named as collection in terms of Postman, and inside which all the similar kind of API requests are grouped together. Okay, and inside APIs it says no APIs yet because we don't have any added any APIs or tested any APIs in the Postman. Okay, so environments are there and mock servers, monitors, flows, and history. Here is the history. It will tell you whichever your API request you have given to the Postman. All those API requests are come inside this history part. Okay, so we are trying to create our first API request. Before that, I would highly recommend you or suggest you to create your account on Postman. Don't just get started without creating your account on Postman. So do sign up or sign in if you already have an account. Okay, and then watch this video. Okay, so I'm assuming that you have signed up or signed in your own Postman account. Let's go and create our own very first API request through Postman. Okay, so for this video tutorial I will be using one API which is named as a deck of cards API. So you just go ahead and write deck of cards API in your browser and hit enter, and very first website you will see deckofcards.api.com. Open it. Okay, so what it is, it is a API which is of the deck of cards, the game you might have played once in your lifetime. Okay, so we'll use the shuffle the cards. This one shuffle the cards request to send there are many requests, draw a card, shuffle reshuffle the cards. So we'll see all these in our upcoming videos. But now to create our very first own request through API to Postman, we'll see the how we can do it with the shuffle the cards. Okay, so here you can see this is the uh, this up till now the this is our what we can say endpoints, and after that you can see this is our resources, and after the question mark whatever we write is named as parameters. Okay, so I hope you know all these terms. This is endpoints, resources, and then parameters. Okay, and here you can see add a deck count as a get or post parameter to define the number of decks you want to use. Okay, so they are telling us that we can modify the number of deck counts. Their default they have given as one. You can modify. Blackjack typically uses 6 decks. The default is one. Okay, so they have given us the default. You can modify it to 6 as well, 1 to 6, whatever you want. Okay, and in response this API will give you a response like this. This is a JSON object. Success is true or false, that means it's a boolean. or deck ID is given to you, which is unique, and shuffled is set as true, and remaining is 52 because there are 52 cards in a deck, and we are performing shuffling of cards. Okay, so there should not be any cards that is decrease or increase. Okay. Okay, fine. We can just hit copy. So to copy this request, and we go inside our Postman, and you can see there are two ways by which you can create your very first own request of API. Just to hit enter over here, it will create an untitled request. Okay, so if you don't, another way is hit on click on new. Then there are a bunch of options over here. You can see you can click on HTTP request. Again, you will come at that same UI that you are getting by clicking on the plus button, and you can see untitled request is there, and you can rename your request by clicking on. Okay, so here you can see new request, duplicate tab. You can do all these things. Okay. Okay, fine. We will go ahead and unsave changes. Okay. Okay, so these many requests: get, post request, put request, patch, delete, copy, head. These are many requests which are provided by the Postman. We will select the get, and params is the parameters that we are passing. So in our case, we are passing the parameters of deck count as 1. So it will come over here key as a deck count and value as 1, and if you have any description you can provide that as well. And authorization part is there are some APIs which require authorization. You can't just go ahead and hit send the request to the API. Those APIs requires authorization. For that testing of APIs, this authorization tab comes in picture. We will see that APIs, that type of APIs as well. Okay, and these are the settings which is there for this request that we are trying to create. Okay, enough talking. We'll go into the params, and the link that is, or the request that we have copied from here, we'll just go ahead and paste it over here. And as soon as I hit control V or command V for Mac, you can see it automatically populated the deck count and value as 1. As soon as I change the value as 6, you can see the Postman is also quick query params are also changing that one as well. I will keep it as 1, which is default 1. Okay, and as soon as I hit enter, you can see send and download also features is there. You can send and download your response, which you will get from your API. Okay, so I will just simply hit send. Okay, now we can see status is 200. Okay, so I hope you know this status codes of web. Okay, so you can see state. If you don't know, just go ahead and enter, search for the status code. First thing for link came from developer.mozilla.org. Here are the HTTP responses. Status codes are there. You can watch or see every status code that you get. So our API has sent as status code as 200. Okay, if you hover over here, you can see the documentation as well. The standard, you can see standard response for successful HTTP request. So our request is successful, and time taken is also is there, and amount of size 830 bit byte it takes. Okay, so here also Postman provides us various uh, tabs. Pretty means all the JSON response that we get from our API is prettified, and this looks in a good manner. Okay, so raw means the response that we get from our API in a raw. Preview is a preview, and visualize setup. So we have to set up the visualizer for this. Okay, we will do in our upcoming videos. But now you can see success is true. Deck ID is given to us. Remaining 52 and shuffled is true. So if I go here and deck of cards API, similarly, similar kind of response that they have given to us, that response we have given back to us from our API. Okay, so this is how you can create your own API. Okay, and now if I just save, and here you can see says you don't have any collections. Let me create one collection so that we can understand the collection part as well. Create collection. I will name my collection as deck of cards API. Okay, I'll create my collection. Okay, so see, the collection is empty. If I click on save, now we can go inside your collections and you can see deck of cards API collection is created, inside which our this API call is there. And if I again hit enter or send, this should give me the same kind of response, but the deck ID is different. Okay, so whenever you click on this, deck ID will be different for every response that you are trying to give to the API. Okay, so if I give 2, you can see remaining is 104. Okay, so the maximum is 6, I guess, that we can give. Yeah, 6 we can give. And if I try to give 7, let's check what it takes. Okay, static is also 7 is also good. Okay, so fine. I hope you got the idea how we can create a API request in Postman. Okay, so thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.